Welcome to the journey. My name is Kevin Polky, and I am the host of the journey. And as we are transitioning into um, our next season of spring, starting to transition into summer, uh, typically the turning point of this spring into summer, for me at least, and for many people, is Memorial Day, and that is the holiday where we are reflective of the school year is ending for most students and educators, and it's the holiday that kicks off summer activities and events. As I mentioned a few episodes ago, um, a friend of mine, one of my counselors, because of some health issues that she was dealing with, some limitations of not being able to exercise, she started watching, observing the birds in her backyard. And um, that intrigued me to do that as well. For me, there's always been a connection that with birds, there's always been a connection to spirituality, where in the early 90s, when I was going through some spiritual and developmental transformations, um, if I found a feather, when I was hiking, walking, just going from point A to point B, it would be a reminder to me that God was present and nearby. So, with Sonia's experience of bird watching, I've proceeded to um, start that myself. Diane got me a bird bath for, I believe it was for my birthday last year. Um, no, it was actually for Christmas. And we started for my birthday. She got some different bird feeders that we've been utilizing. And now, um, with it being May, I've been able to not just watch the birds from inside as I've done for the last few winter months, but I've been able to sit outside and watch them. And there's been a couple observations as I've been doing this. It seems like, not that birds won't feed throughout the day, but it seems like I've observed that there's an increase um, feeding in the morning, early in the morning, somewhere between 6 and 7, up till 8 o'clock, and then in the evening, about 12 hours later. I noticed that not all birds, but some birds, they appear to be traveling in pairs. It appears that there is a male and female in that pair, that they watch out for each other, that there is this order in which some birds are able to uh, take priority over feeding. If there happen to be at the bird feeder, the other birds will get shooed away. The lady who I talked to a month ago at Wild Birds Unlimited, one of my counselors' husband owns that particular shop, was sharing that do not be concerned about the birds, and are they getting enough, are they being bullied? I guess the word that came to mind was, and she said that there's a certain order, and there's certain birds that are more dominant than others, but there's always going to be time, as long as the waters continues to be refreshed and available, and the feed is available, then the birds will always have their turn. So we don't have to put a human judgment on the experience that these birds are navigating through. It has been something that has allowed me to be curious, because I don't know. I'm just observing and watching. Being able to see these birds come and go, the different types of birds that come, has then increased my awareness, not just for the predatory birds that I've been keen to observing in the past, eagles and hawks, and osprey, and other types of predator birds. But now it seems like I'm more in tuned to birds that are native to the northern Illinois area. That this space in my backyard, where now our lawn furniture is out, where our hot tub is, where in both cases I can see where the feeder is, the bird bath. I can observe these birds as they fly in and find a place where they can rest as well as feed and drink. I think for me, what it allows me to do is it allows me to be grounded and be curious. And then once again, it ties into spirituality, something bigger than myself. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought for me, that creating this space in my backyard would be another element of this sanctuary that I have, and being able to have these little visitors come and bring their gift of just being, and then I just get to observe and be curious watching them. I would invite you into creating your own sanctuary in your own space. Maybe you don't have a space where you can do something elaborate outside because of the restrictions, but maybe there's a window that you can have and you can just put a small portable bird feeder outside of a window. If not, outside of an apartment window, maybe there is a space where you can go just for that time to observe. But either way, I would encourage you to create what works for you, what allows you to be grounded and for you to be connected to a higher perspective, and create your own sanctuary. As always, I appreciate you being here. Look forward to being with you next week. As we venture into the month of June, we're going to have a couple guests during the month of June, and we will continue to have the reflections. As always, be safe.